Hey everyone, this is Elias from RevMatch Media, and today we're going to be driving the 2024 Chevy Silverado High Country. And we're not just going to be driving, we're actually going to be towing. Yes, this has a big trailer in the back, and this is, I believe, my second or third time towing, so let's see if Super Cruise is going to make this towing experience really easy, along with all these different cameras we have, and yeah, just the trailer brakes, all these great features that this guy has. So let's go ahead and get towing. Before I show you my experience with Super Cruise, I want to give you guys a couple of facts about Super Cruise. So first, Super Cruise is the industry's first true hands-free driver assistance technology that enables drivers to travel hands-free on more than 400,000 miles of compatible roads in the US and Canada. And that will soon be growing to 750,000 miles through 2025. Super Cruise is also the industry's only hands-free driver assistance technology that offers trailering capability. Chevy says that Super Cruise is the second most important reason for purchasing a vehicle. And over 80% of surveyed owners with Super Cruise said that Super Cruise makes driving more relaxing. Now, I will preface this that my only real big experience with towing was when I did move from Miami to Austin, and I had a massive U-Haul with a car trailer attached to it. Now, experiencing this was a little bit nerve-wracking, but I actually started feeling very, very comfortable when I started seeing all the technology and all the options that the Silverado had to offer to make towing a breeze and relaxing for me. Now, regarding the Silverado that we actually got to use, we were looking at a 2024 Silverado Crew High Country 4-wheel drive. It did have the High Country Premium 2 option, which included some goodies like power sunroof, 22-inch wheels. It did have the technology package, which included the rear camera mirror, the 15-inch heads-up display, the retractable assist steps, Super Cruise, of course, and it does have the 6.2-liter Ecotec V8 with the 10-speed auto, and then to the Chevrolet 4-wheel drive. It also had the suspension package, which includes the adaptive ride control, and it also had an active exhaust with a rear axle of 3.23 ratio. The standard starting price, $66,200, and of course, with all the options, you are looking at $78,000 for this truck. One of my favorite things about the Silverado is you can have up to 8 cameras, providing you with up to 14 unique views to make sure you have eyes on everything. The first big wow that I had with the Silverado was when I turned my turn signal on and I saw that the camera became active, showing us a red area to make sure that the area of the length of the trailer is clear of any vehicles to either switch lanes or to make the turn. With this trailer having that camera attached to the back, we were able to activate the transparent trailer option to essentially see through the trailer itself, and it made things easier, and it's just another added safety to make sure that if you're backing up, that you are able to see what is behind the trailer. Then came everyone's dreaded right-hand turn with the trailer, but thankfully with the rear side view camera, which is actually turn signal activated, it was able to show me what the trailer was doing back there and making sure that I didn't hop the curb with the trailer itself. And it was so easy to do, to the point that I was so at ease when I was towing this rig. With Super Cruise being mainly used for highway driving, you typically figure high speeds and that's where it's going to excel, but you're going to be wrong, because I think this is a harder test for Super Cruise because we have that constant slow stop and go traffic, and let me tell you, it excelled. This was probably the scariest moment for me as a driver, as you would typically be, where you just let go of the steering wheel, take your feet off the pedals, and let it do its thing. And like I said, we have a ton of traffic here and we had a good safe distance. And the crazy thing, we have a trailer in the back. So it did compensate for all that and made sure that when we had the vehicle in front of us stop, it would stop. And then we had a little bit of a curveball for the Super Cruise. Okay, so someone's gonna try to switch lanes. Okay, it recognized it and it stopped. And yeah, that was pretty impressive. We continued to experience more stop and go traffic. And as you can see, I had significantly relaxed now that I was able to experience how great the Super Cruise was at handling stop and go traffic, as well as anyone getting into my lane. Then the next big test was a big on-ramp with a big curve as well. But with the camera system, it was a breeze to make sure that I carefully drove it and had no issues with the dimensions of the trailer. So we did slow stop and go traffic, which was super impressive. Super Cruise was definitely super impressive. And now we have a lot more road, open road that, let's see how it does with that. And yep, rock and roll time. There we go. We're doing 65 and no hands. Yeah, and no feet either. But eyes on the road still. We're still in green, which means it's good to go. Blue means you got to take over a little bit. And red, you really got to take over. So this is pretty impressive. So I see the wheel turning, but the truck isn't really moving from the center. And it's essentially compensating for the sway of the trailer, because it is windy today. It's been super windy recently. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. One thing that I realized that as the Super Cruise was taking over, this actually made me a better driver in the sense that I was constantly able to look at my mirrors to check my blind spots and make sure that I was aware of what was going on around me while the Super Cruise took over the driving aspect of it. Again, make sure you're paying attention to the road, make sure your hands are ready to take over in any moment that the Super Cruise has to deactivate on its own. But like I mentioned, I was so surprised and so relaxed at being able to tow this big rig and being able to make sure that I was safely doing so. One of my favorite things about Texas highways is that we have an underpass that lets you essentially make a U-turn and go back the other way in case you miss the exit or just want to go into the other direction. The only problem with that is that they can be tight at times, so thankfully we had that camera view to help us navigate through that. One thing I wish it did have though is that I wish it weren't active only with the turn signal, because once you essentially deactivate the turn signal, it will turn off. So if there was a secondary option to be able to activate it based on steering wheel angle, that would definitely have helped out as well. Overall, the Silverado was so easy to tow with. Between the big V8, the Super Cruise function, the adaptive suspension, you have all the camera views. It was just an easy towing experience. And that's what you want. You want an easy, uneventful towing experience. And this Silverado did just that. I hope you enjoyed my towing experience with the Chevy Silverado. And remember, find the right gear. See ya.